So yesterday was MrBeast's birthday. I'm sure we all know MrBeast, biggest YouTuber in the world, almost 500 million subscribers. And despite it being his birthday, he actually got a lot of hate yesterday. Now, I actually wanted to talk about exactly what happened, and I also wanted to go over a bigger problem that I think is affecting the world right now. I'm going to use MrBeast as an example because obviously he's the biggest YouTuber in the world, but I do think that this is something that he kind of has like a character flaw in that I think a lot of content creators have nowadays that can make it hard to enjoy your success. So basically, MrBeast, like I said, we all know him. He's actually pretty active on Twitter. And, Twitter is the most toxic place in the world. I do got to say that. Like, Twitter is easily the most toxic place on the internet. But it all started with him just going out and tweeting, "Happy birthday, MrBeast." And, he tweeted that himself on his own account. I don't know if it was him that did it or somebody else on his team, but obviously some people made jokes about it. Myself, I made a joke about it with the whole Obama meme. This is kind of like a common trend with him and a lot of celebrities out there, but especially MrBeast because he's the biggest YouTuber in the world. Despite the fact that he's done quite a lot of things that is worthy of criticism. I mean, I literally have a video up called "MrBeast Ruined YouTube," which we will go over later. MrBeast is at that level right now where if he wears the wrong colored shirt or breathes the wrong way, he's going to get criticized for it. But despite that, and despite all the controversies he's had, and believe me, he's had quite a lot of them, he is still, for the most part, very loved. I mean, he was going over it in this tweet over here. Here's how many views we got on YouTube every year of my life from age 12 to now 28. I love sharing this. I'm grateful for all of you. And that's great. I love when content creators go ahead and show how grateful they are for their audience. And he literally shows throughout the years how he's managed to build a multi-billion-dollar organization, both in viewership and actual dollars. So he gets a lot of love, is my point. He gets a lot of love, and a lot of people are actually going ahead and tweeting him and commenting at him and saying, "MrBeast, I love you. I love your videos," and stuff like that. And for the most part, I actually don't really see him replying to them all that much. But who I do see MrBeast replying to all the time, including me, which we'll go over later? People who hate on him, people who criticize him, people who have something negative to say about him. MrBeast is a perfect example of something I've gone over so many times on this channel, where I basically say that any type of content creator, doesn't have to be a YouTuber, doesn't have to be a streamer, even if you're a musician, even if you're an athlete, anything like that. For some reason, celebrities are obsessed with only replying to the people who criticize them and hate on them, as opposed to the people who love them. I'm not saying MrBeast never replies to people that have nice things to say about him, but as somebody who has followed a lot of his YouTube career and followed a lot of stuff that he does online, I would say that it's pretty fair to say that MrBeast mostly actually replies to the people who hate on him, at least publicly. Maybe in the DMs he's replying to a bunch of people who, love him or whatever. But for example, me and MrBeast got to talking. He actually DM'd me. And do you know why we actually started talking? Because he saw a video that I made about him called "MrBeast Just Ruined YouTube." Now, I know that sounds like clickbait, and I know that sounds like what those grifting commentary channels do, like More Pegasus and stuff like that. But no, I truly meant it. I truly felt like MrBeast just ruined YouTube when I made the video. So if you guys don't remember what happened, MrBeast launched a service called View Stats, where basically he was going ahead and telling people, go ahead and use our AI service to go ahead and generate a thumbnail for yourself. Yeah, don't even worry about, putting any effort into anything. Just use our service, AI generate anything you want. You can make any type of thumbnail that you want. And obviously that is a huge problem. That was going to cause the platform to be full of even more AI generated slop than ever before. It already is full of a lot right now, but imagine the biggest YouTuber in the world. I mean, we don't have to imagine, it already happened, but imagine the biggest YouTuber in the world, almost 500 million subscribers, telling everybody, "Hey, you have my blessing, generate AI thumbnails on YouTube." Do you know how catastrophic that would have been if he didn't walk this back? So myself and many other YouTubers made videos about this saying, "Dude, what are you doing, right? You're just ruining YouTube right now by going ahead and promoting these AI generated thumbnails." And so despite me being literally nobody compared to MrBeast, I'm literally just some random YouTuber who lucked my way to 200,000 subscribers, he actually did reach out to me in the DMs and we talked about it. Now, out of respect, I'm not going to go ahead and show the DM conversation, but basically what happened is he messaged me and we talked about it, and he was basically saying, "Yeah, you're right, and all the other YouTubers are right. I'm going to go ahead and walk this back." And then we had a brief discussion about what I'm actually going to talk about in this video, which is the fact that I don't understand why MrBeast, who is so successful, who for the most part is still very well loved, despite the numerous controversies that he's had, which by the way, I do think he was at fault with a lot of those, he is loved a lot. He gets so much love on YouTube, Twitter, any other platform that you can think of. But for the most part, all I see MrBeast doing is arguing with people on Twitter. I just find it to be so strange, right? And this has not been a recent thing. I mean, we had a conversation about this last year, and he's kind of been doing this for years now, where he's really not able to let it go when somebody criticizes him. And a lot of times when people are criticizing him, I will admit a lot of people seem to be trolling him just to get a rise out of him. But that's the thing. The reason why they do that, and the reason why MrBeast gets so much hate, yes, part of it is because he is the biggest YouTuber in the world. He would get hate just for breathing the wrong way. However, another big part of it is because he gives people the reaction that they want. that troll on the internet is only going to succeed if you actually give in to them trolling you. So now people have recognized that Mr. Beast is going to be replying to literally anybody who is criticizing him. And he even told me that personally in the DMs. I'm not going to reveal exactly what he said, like I said, out of respect, but he basically told me that the reason why he replies to these people all the time is because he doesn't want people to spread lies about him. And I said, that's fair enough. But remember, you're Mr. Beast. People are going to spread lies about you just for you existing, right? So what are you going to do? Sit on Twitter all day and defend yourself? You know what I mean? So basically, let's get back to the birthday thing. So yesterday was Mr. Beast's birthday. So he tweeted out, happy birthday, Mr. Beast. And some people were even allegedly saying that Mr. Beast actually bought ad space on Twitter to go ahead and talk about his birthday. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but it's actually fueled a lot of hate towards him on the day. And then he went ahead and made a tweet after that talking about how grateful he is towards his fans. Now, this is the type of stuff that I'm talking about. I mean, I love this, right? I love when content creators of any kind are talking about how grateful they are to their fans, because obviously the viewers are the ones that make these celebrities, right? So I appreciate that he was grateful towards the fans, but this is kind of where things go downhill. Popbase, which is like a Twitter account that, you know, is the best source of pop culture related entertainment, whatever. They made a tweet saying Mr. Beast turns 28, right? Because obviously it's Mr. Beast's birthday. So then Mr. Beast, and again, we'll kind of talk about, you know, if what this insinuates here, but he basically replied and said, I find it funny how different these two tweets are. And so he pulls up Popbase's tweet about Adele on her birthday. Happy 38th birthday to the iconic Adele. The Emmy, 16-time Grammy and Oscar-winning vocalist, is one of the biggest forces in music history. So basically, they talk about Adele's accomplishments. And so obviously, when Mr. Beast made this tweet, I could actually see how people would interpret this as him insinuating that like Popbase kind of disrespected him. It does sound like at first glance, he's basically saying like, oh, I find it funny how different these two tweets are. Like, you know, they don't say anything about Mr. Beast or his accomplishments, but when it comes to Adele, they list out all of her accomplishments, right? So I could see why people would say that Mr. Beast is being petty here, but he claims that he wasn't. He claims that he just thought it was actually funny. So he gets a bunch of replies over here saying, you're not Adele, bro. One of the greatest vocalists of all time versus a clickbait YouTuber. One of the greatest vocalists of all time compared to some creepy internet guy. And basically he got a ton of hate for it. Now remember, as I've said in other videos, and I think I said it earlier too, Twitter is the most toxic place on the internet. You can't go on Twitter and expect to not get any type of hate. But again, I don't necessarily blame people for saying that it sounded like he was comparing himself to Adele. I mean, it did, right? Now, he himself says that he was just saying that as a joke, but he did reply to this once again saying, I am now being crucified over this tweet. Guys, I didn't say anywhere I'm better than Adele. I just thought the contrast was funny. Stop reaching and live a little, lol. And this is kind of my point. Mr. Beast, buddy, it's your birthday, man. Why are you going ahead and commenting on stuff like this and then just going ahead and replying to everybody who is hating on you? Every single time that you are giving them that attention, that fuels them and enables them to go ahead and attack you even more. Again, there's plenty of things to criticize Mr. Beast for. Like I said earlier, I literally have a video called Mr. Beast Just Ruined YouTube. That is the title of the video, and I really did feel that way. But at the same time, I just don't understand why Mr. Beast does this. I mean, dude, it's your birthday. I promise you, Mr. Beast, everything, the DMs, the comments, everything, all over his Twitter is just full of people saying happy birthday to him. But I will seldom see him reply to any of those people, but I will always see him reply to the people who have some sort of hate towards him. And that's my main point of this video. I don't understand why celebrities in general, and I'm going to use Mr. Beast as an example here because yesterday was his birthday and he's the biggest content creator on the platform. I don't understand why content creators are constantly giving their haters attention, but for the most part, they're ignoring all the people that support them. Like, I'll give them credit. So for example, this person over here, he said, happy 28th birthday to the iconic Mr. Beast, Mr. Aura billionaire, blah, blah, blah. And Mr. Beast replies and says, #1 hype man. So that's cool. I mean, I don't know if they're friends or anything like that, but it does seem like that's his friend or something. So maybe that's why he's replying to him. But then we go over here, down here, and somebody says, no way, you actually think you're on the same level as Adele, which again, I don't blame people for thinking that. It sounded like that was kind of what he was implying, that Popbase was basically disrespecting him by not listing out his achievements, but listing out Adele's achievements. And then Mr. Beast replies to him and says, please point to where I said that. Dude, what are you doing, dude? It just doesn't make sense to me. Like, hopefully this like point kind of makes sense. Like, I know I'm just bringing up Mr. Beast as an example, but this goes way beyond Mr. Beast. I just find it so strange and weird that celebrities are constantly ignoring all of the positive comments that they get and only focusing on the hate. Mr. Beast gets a lot of love. He has done a lot of stuff that I personally disagree with, but again, he does get a lot of love. And I've told this to him in a DM conversation that we had, like, buddy, just stop replying to everybody that's hating on you. Why do you always do it? You are just enabling them and encouraging them to do it more. And this is kind of just like a broader message to everybody, you know, in the reality of life, right? We're talking about Mr. Beast here, the biggest YouTuber in the world. All he ever wanted to be was a YouTuber. He accomplished his dream. He is on top. He is objectively rich, even if he might say he's not, he is, and there's no disputing that. And for the most part, he's pretty well respected, right? And despite that, on his birthday, remember, that is objectively supposed to be one of the happier days of your life, right? Where you go and do what you want. He's sitting here and arguing with people on Twitter. Like, I don't know. It just seems like there's something missing there. It just seems like there's some sort of unhappiness there, some sort of sense of unfulfillment. And again, I'm not trying to be one of those commentary YouTubers who acts like their crap don't stink. Like, obviously, everybody has issues. Nobody's perfect. I personally always say I'm one of the biggest idiots in the world. My videos are not good at all. So don't take this as me saying that I'm holier than thou and I'm so much better than anybody. This is more just like a genuine observation that I've seen throughout the years of being on YouTube and being on the internet in general. I am constantly seeing content creators just repeatedly ignore their supporters, throw them to the wayside, just be like, whatever, I don't even care about what you have to say. But anytime they get any type of hater criticism, they hop on Twitter, crack their fingers, and they're ready to reply. And even the biggest content creator in the world is not immune to it. So I just found that pretty interesting. MrBeast, if you do watch this video, I know you watched the last one I made on you. Yes, I've disagreed with many things that you've done in the past, but at the end of the day, bro, I'm just telling you some real advice, which you should take. Stop giving your haters attention, bro. Just focus on your supporters, especially on your birthday, bro. Yeah, let me know what your guys' thoughts are on the situation in the comments. What do you guys think about MrBeast? What do you guys think about the points that I made? Let me know what you guys think. I'd love to hear it. Please leave a like in the video if you enjoyed it and subscribe for more. See ya.